make noise because that happens a lot in my other
Streaming,
ones.
I think we might be going. Hold on. I think I'm just gonna go right to hey. Okay. All right. That should be on.
You didn't hear that one, did you? You didn't hear that?
Yeah. No.
The
You didn't
snap,
see.
crackle, and pop. The other ones do.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
FDA
So
tried
you got
to
a silent
outlaw
vape
that shit.
pen.
Yeah, I got a silencer on it. No, I bought it instead of quitting like a decent person would do. I acted like a person who's addicted to nicotine, and the FDA like tried to ban all Juul
I
products.
heard they were getting rid of
Right.
Juuls, but I didn't know if Juuls was like what people are using. Is that like a
Well,
still a
it has
thing?
been yeah, but then they dropped like they had to get rid of all the flavors. So the FDA is
Yeah.
like you can't because they're saying that kids are more easily to pick up
Because they have a Juul
tobacco habits than because they had flavored fun things.
Krabby
And
Patty
then,
flavored.
Yeah, right. And then they changed it to like just tobacco, and then there was like a menthol one that they got rid of. So now it's just tobacco. I don't care. I just use the tobacco one. But then all the young hip kids are using hides, which those aren't even allowed. Those are all the fun flavor ones that are a little bit bigger. They're like disposable.
Oh, the big, yeah, they look like
They're like all
oversized
rainbow
lighters.
pink. Yeah, exactly. You've seen them.
Yeah.
So for like 2 days you couldn't buy Juuls in like a store. I don't live by the reservation anymore, but like the Red still had them. I found out, but like I used to go to 7-Eleven and buy my fucking Juuls, and they're gone now, right?
Blowing them in like that. I heard.
Well, yeah, I've read. No, so like it's it's fucking weird, and I should have just like quit. And Kaylee begs me to quit all the time. So what I ended up doing, of course, is compromising and not quitting at all. And I bought this fucking new one, and it's like I noticed on all the other podcasts, and I apologize to people that the Juul, it fucking like you could hear it like. When I inhale it, it like snaps and crackles and pops and makes a loud sound.
It's like the bubbling of the
it's like the
something?
thing actually vaporizing.
Like you're frying a fucking egg?
Yeah, sort of. It's weird.
I never noticed.
Here, I got one. We'll do this experiment.
You fucking keep a spare on you?
Well, yeah. I'm a nicotine addict, okay?
Yeah. Yeah, if we're paying attention.
You hear that, right?
Sure. Yeah, sure. It's like a
Well, that's all I can hear in my monitors, right? But then you get the silencer, the views.
This is all just excuses for you to just smoke your goddamn brains out.
Yeah, I'm really doing it for you guys.
Yeah.
It's not for me. I'm doing it.
Kaylee wanted me to quit, so I got this other one, but I keep the spare on me.
Exactly.
I still have the backup.
Yeah,
I'm not crazy.
exactly.
So you doubled up. You
I
just
did,
got another
actually.
one.
It got worse. That's the thing. It could have gotten better.
You got one that's silent now,
ordered...
so she can't catch you.
That's right. And when I quit smoking years ago, which was really hard to do, but I did.
Oh.
And I quit for like 2 years, but I had these like cinnamon fucking toothpicks that you just anytime I got I had the gum too. The gum helped, but sometimes you just needed that fucking fixation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I tried sucking dick, and that didn't work because that was really gross. But the cinnamon is a nice flavor, so if they had cinnamon flavored dicks, then it might have been a different story. But no, the toothpicks really fucking help just to have something to fucking occupy. You know what I mean?
Is the oral fixation.
Smoking. Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'd smoked since fucking Peach Festival when I was in like 9th grade. That's a long time, man.
Yeah.
I'm 32 now. And almost my entire adult life has been some sort of nicotine.
I got the because I'm just smoke CBD as we discussed on the last episode, as I'm sure you all remember passionately.
Yeah.
But I ordered like a pack of cigarettes with like filtered pre-rolled. They look like a pack of cigarettes. They're all it's hemp paper, it's CBD, it's all natural, organic. Yeah, it fucking grosses me out because I feel like I'm smoking. Because
it looks like
and it like gives me flashback headaches. And I'm just like, I put it out in the ashtray, and I'm like, that's disgusting. Like I like rolling my own with the little. These are the same. These are the Johnny Depp. Bitch beaters.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
So, I feel bad, man. Like, cause smoking, there was never any vapes when we were growing up. It was all cigarettes. Like everyone smoked fucking cigarettes. My parents, I think at least your mom did for a bit.
Yeah, I think my dad did like back in the day.
Yeah, everybody did, but
me.
like
that's what it's come to a point where like we were, when I'm out playing a gig, I see like all these young chicks in their flower dresses and shit. Like, whatever, 26-year-olds. And a girl smokes like an actual cigarette. I'm like, it's come around.
It's weird. Yeah,
it
like
used
now
to be like
cool
gross. Now I'm just like,
right.
Oh, nice. You got a kid. How long is your mom watching the kid till?
Exactly.
It's like kind of this retro. She's like she's in Mad Men or something. I'm like, all right, I gotta dig this
He's
chick.
with his piece of shit dad tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, she got a tap.
Mom's night out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, okay,
Play waterfalls.
But my point is, I think what I was getting to is how inconsiderate smokers were to non-smokers, and how normal it was, and how non-smokers. I mean, there was a few times like, I'd pick you up and I'd be smoking in the car, and you like eventually you'd be like, ew. But like that's just what it was. But
then in the winter, I was thinking about that the other day too. It's just like when you'd be like really high in the back seat in the winter, and you're in a car with 3 guys smoking cigarettes, and you don't smoke, and all the windows are down, and you're like, this is fucking crazy. You guys understand that? This is crazy. They like, but I want to smoke. I want to inhale this into my lungs, but I don't want it to I don't want to live in it.
Right.
So it's like this weird thing where it's like I'm opening the window, exposing myself to freezing cold temperatures going 60. You know what I mean? It makes it even colder because the smoke I'm blowing out of inside my lungs, I don't want. It's gross. I want it out. I can't even explain how upside down that is.
It's insane. And then there was no consideration from smokers for non-smokers. There really wasn't, unless there was like a girl I was dating or something that didn't smoke. But then I don't know. It was weird. And then on my roast, our friend Lizzie Smith, she brought up a time where she came out to visit in California. She was with Pete at the time, and there was another friend, Lindsay. And they all came out to visit, and it was Lizzie's birthday that day. And she said I couldn't go 30 minutes without going outside for a cigarette at this lunch that we were at. I just all right. And she was the only one who didn't smoke. So there was 3 of us, and out of the 4, 3 of us smoked, right? So the restaurant people knew it was her birthday, and we all got up to smoke except for her. We were like, we'll be right back. And they brought her cake and like a candle out to her while she was sitting by herself at the table, because I got everybody to rally and go outside and smoke. So she brought that up on the road. She's like, "You're a piece of shit. Thank you for that. I'll never
hilarious. I would always go out with the smokers.
Yeah.
Because that's where the fun shit happens. That's the fucking corner of the, that's the stoop. That's the fucking, that's where the funny conversations happen. You go outside and everyone passes stories around and shit. Like, even if I don't smoke cigarettes, we'd be like at a bar in the wintertime, and everyone, like, I'm there with 5 people and they all get up to go smoke. Like, I'm not going to sit here by myself and watch like Silent Sports Center while a fucking Tragically Hip song plays.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Because then the drunk old people at the end of the bar are gonna try to contact with you. You're
well,
like, no,
just hanging out just hanging out inside of a bar. You're right. You need that break, and I always got that mental break by going to have a cigarette. You step outside for a second, right?
You got to.
But even what's fucked too about non-smokers is that if you say worked in a restaurant, the only people that actually got a break were people who smoked. Yeah. And if you didn't really get to just go, because think about it. If you're not smoking, you're like, I'm just going to go stand outside for 5 minutes. The manager would be like, what the fuck you are? Like, get the fuck back inside. What are you doing? But if you have a cigarette, it's no big deal.
Yeah, we totally kind of pretend to smoke more than we actually did. You know what I mean? It would be like bum a cigarette off a guy and just have it lit near you. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then just that restaurant story reminded me of a time I was at like a fucking Chili's or a insert American fucking restaurant, and I'm like really high during the day. We all got really baked and like went to Chili's, and like from the other side of the room we hear guys like, "All right, everybody, listen up," and it was like, whoa. Holy, like, dropped in my stomach like we're being robbed is in the falls. So we're like, oh, shit. Omar coming. Omar coming. And we're like, oh, shit. And, like, I literally for a moment got scared and, like, looked at the exits, and this is all happening in my stone little fucking 20-year-old brain. And the guy goes, it's Tina's birthday. So we all, and it was like one of the waitress's birthdays, and we all sang happy birthday because he's probably trying to fuck her. You know what I mean? So he's doing this big stunt, but that, like, he was so abrasive. It's like, all right, everybody, listen up. It was not a black dude. It was a sketchy white dude. Even cool, scarier. Because black dudes, I ain't going to rob no Chili's. Well, fucking sketchy white dude will rob fucking Chili's in a heartbeat. and he'll have like a weird weapon on him. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
like one of those like weird butterfly knives that like had all
Yeah.
those that rainbow metallic thing. You know what I mean? All
Yeah,
those
his
weirdos
fucking
like would
grandpa
buy
gave
swords
him.
and shit from
Yeah.
like what was that place in the mall where you could buy like incense and Grateful Dead posters, but also like ninja stars and what was that?
What
You know
was
what I'm
it
talking
called?
about?
Yes, it was like the
It was off at the food
spot.
court. Yeah, it
It
was
was
like
the
so
spot.
new
New Age
infused with
Creations?
New Age Creations. Yes,
Yes.
New Age Creations.
Why was I
Had the most
thinking
random
like
shit.
I was trying to just avoid the word tantric because I immediately just started like, oh, where Sting has sex for 9 hours and he sweats. It's the Sting sweat yoga shop, and like
Right.
that's all I'm thinking. But yeah, it was New Age Creations, which was a
New Age
bunch of shit made
Yeah,
out of recycled fucking trash. This was
Yeah.
made out of like a dead show. They got all the garbage off the ground and made it into a necklace.
It made
And
a
people
store
like,
out of it.
oh my god, Fall Tour 95. And it's like, it's trash. And they made a store out of all the garbage they'd find on the ground after
didn't-
deadheads destroyed the fucking
They
forest.
had like those like fuzzy posters that like lit up with what black
Black
lights and
light
stuff,
posters and shit, yeah.
Black lights matter.
It all kind of like combined. Now it's like Spencer's.
That would be the store. That's what it should be called now if they started that again.
Black
Lights
Lights Matter.
Yeah.
We should have, yeah.
We're
yeah,
still
one of those.
relevant.
Where you flip it on and off, like back the blue, and then you
That would
flip
actually
the
be
switch.
a funny shirt. Yeah, like if it had. You had like it was just a normal black shirt, and you didn't see until if you walked in somewhere like a fun house or something,
Yeah.
and then it lit up with Black Lights Matter.
Yeah, go ahead, try that.
Yeah, well, I know.
Yeah.
And if somebody else wants to,
Do a little test
you
run.
let us, you let us know how it works out.
Yeah.
In a small rural town, that would be funny. Not in like a city.
Yeah, that might work at the Peach Festival.
So I
Sometimes.
watch, or I always look up IMDb all the time. I got the app on my phone. I always read about movies. We talked about this many times. But what I realized, there's a lot of Hollywood people that for some reason it says like in their, the trivia for that person, which is like their bio, essentially all the fun facts about this actor or something.
Yeah.
They studied here. They started this. They, in this film, Johnny Depp actually played guitar, that type of shit. But a lot of it, I've noticed so many of them say they're Jewish, but like there's a specific kind of Jew, and it's called Ashkenazi.
Ashkenazi, yeah.
Ashkenazi. But like I was like, that's kind of weird because the word Nazi's in it, like
right in there,
and it's like a joke right in there. Like, how Jewish are you? I don't know, Ashkenazi. But that's such an odd thing.
Yeah.
And dude, I just found out. So my cousin Kelly from Arizona, Kelly, you met her many years ago. Her mom has met like a ton of people. She knows, like, she's friends with like the manager of Aerosmith, and she always tells me these crazy stories and stuff.
Alice
and all the people
Cooper's
that
wife too, right?
Yeah, Alice. Yeah, so like my cousin Kelly went to school with Alice Cooper as kid, and so they knew each other.
Yeah, my
Not
cousin
Alice
Kelly's
Cooper. Yeah, I was like
78 years
yeah,
old.
she's 75. No, she's my age. She might even be a year older, your age. But anyway, I just found out today that her friend Emily, that she used to dance with for years, like they lived in Arizona, and she was going to LA to make movies and become like a movie star, and they all actually really believed in her, and she changed her name to Emma, and it's Emma Stone.
Oh,
She used to be friends with
that.
Emma Stone. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, what? Like, so and I've known her forever. Like, you haven't told me that.
Yeah.
And last night, okay, so I go to Tuesday in the Park, and I see Tedeschi Trucks Band. Fucking fantastic show, dude. So good.
I have a theory that a lot of their fan base shows up just because it says trucks.
Earlier, it was a seated. There was a lawn chair.
If it was
concert,
the
for
jet ski trucks band,
sure. That'd be a different flavor of douche over there. But like, the trombone player, I can't remember her name. She's really rad. If you watch any of their videos, she is like their trombone person.
It's Emma
That
Stone.
was my brother. Yeah, it's Emma Stone. No, it's my brother's friend from fucking San Diego. They know each other. Her
nice.
brother played in the Surefire Soul Ensemble.
Nice.
So Matt got to go fucking after the show. He got to go meet Derek and Susan and all those people, man. But dude,
Cool.
just watching that motherfucker play makes me think I don't know anything about music. So it's like
Yeah.
a good experience, but it's also like, I don't know. For me, it's not motivating. For me, it's just it's like defeating.
Well, it's
You know what
just
I
a
mean? It's not like I
different
need to
thing.
get better. It's like,
You know what
oh
I
shit,
mean?
I should
I don't
just
know.
quit.
Part of me is just like, you fucking nerd. Relax. Go fucking do a line and get some pussy. Wasn't that the whole idea? Really fucking practicing, dork?
Exactly.
You
Oh,
gotta have different.
this idiot knows what a scale is.
Yeah, you gotta have different. You have those absolute genius, like musician went to fucking school for music. You know, that's what they want. They're skilled
Right.
labor musicians. And then you gotta have your Sid Viciouses who don't know what the fuck it is,
Right,
but
exactly.
have the
But it just
fucking
happens.
attitude. So if you find yourself somewhere in the middle where you can actually
Right.
play, but you have some fucking, you know, you have
Mhm.
cool.
Yeah, that was difficult for me. I thought I knew what I was doing until I became a bass teacher at
Yeah,
Lewis to
I don't
Music,
wanna. Yeah.
and like it helped me better understand things. But also, like I had to tell the parents straight up. I was like, I don't know anything about theory, but I can teach them how to play
You know
the
what
songs that
theory
they want to play.
means, I guess. What do you mean theory? Like theory?
Music
Like what?
theory is like you go to school for music, you learn music theory, which is like all different scales and different types of
Okay.
music and like
That's
reading,
just you learn
like
how
all
to.
of that.
I know theory makes it seem more like, you know, who killed Kennedy. I'm into
Yeah,
music
right,
conspiracy theory.
Music conspiracy theorist. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what you are. That's for sure. But like, I would have to tell him, be honest.
That
'cause I was
third
like, all right.
chord came from the grassy knoll. Fucking, it's just theory seems like more of an idea than like scales and shit seem like it's math.
Yeah. Well,
Like,
I
it's
mean, that's all
math
part of it.
and
I
structure. Yeah.
don't, listen, I
yeah,
didn't name the
give a
course.
fuck.
I didn't. That's just what it is.
People are like, can you
I
teach
never
me
got
how to
into
play
that.
guitar? Like, yeah, no, like I'm not teaching you my fucking tricks. This is all I got. This is the only thing that makes me interesting. I'm not going to teach you how to do it too.
Yeah, right. Because then I'm less interested.
Then you're going to realize how fucking easy it was.
I'm not as cool at all.
Look, dude, between me and you, all right? I just would go behind a guy and whisper. I'm like, it's all about just hair and sunglasses, and then slit his throat and push him in the river. Look cool, and they're dumb enough to think you're doing good. Look cool, learn how to do like 3 wibbida boops, and that's all you need to do.
You just needed to learn. In college, fucking, you learned 3 chords in a Sublime song, and you'd get your dick sucked. Like it was that simple.
Mhm.
But I guess it's that impressive. Even if you're terrible, I knew terrible people in bands, and their girlfriends were there, and they got laid afterwards. And it's just like, I don't know. Maybe it's because everyone's looking at the person, and that's sexy.
That's the thing.
You
It's
know?
an attention thing, but that's what fucks with people's egos. And that's what, like, it's just, I'm so funny. It's so funny that I enjoy having one foot in the world and one foot out. You know what I mean? Like, as much as I'm in that shit, I'm just like, once everyone starts fucking pissing all over each other because they're not getting enough attention, I'm just like, you guys are fucking gay. We talked about this last time. And it's like,
you had a good show on.
We had great shows. The
when did I
last
see
few
you?
fucking gigs
Saturday?
I've done have been fucking phenomenal.
It was Saturday, right? I saw you.
Yeah.
You played with Marina
I was
Lorendi.
playing
That was a
bass,
good show.
Yeah, the new Griffin. Shout out to the new Griffin. It's fucking awesome
Yeah, dude,
down there.
fucking,
Everybody's cool as fuck.
I saw we stopped there after the show last night, and I ran into Eddie, the owner, and I was congratulating him. I was like, dude, there's no better people to fucking take over this spot than you guys, because if anybody's gonna actually do it right, it's them. They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
So and then I'm sorry I missed it. What the fuck was I doing? I was somewhere. You guys played. Friendly Foes played there, right?
Yeah, the week before.
Yeah.
That was all good.
Well, you
cool.
text me. You were very excited. I'm sorry it took so long to get this.
Yeah,
fucking
now it's all kind of died down. You wait. It's probably good because now it's like we don't really care. It's that type of. There's nothing funnier than cranky old men throwing hissy fits. And like,
so what happened?
I don't want to fucking shit on anybody.
Do you have to use names?
No. I don't know. I don't really care anymore. It was funny at the time. And it was funny at the time, and now it's just not even worth it. It's just funny. It's really, honestly, we've already told the story in a million different ways.
Yeah.
Of like that type of shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
Some
I hear ya.
motherfucking, you're just like, I don't know.
Right.
And I also think the new, my latest form is like, I find that like the guy in England, when I walked up and he's like, "Are you drunk?" Like I just rub people the wrong way because I walk in with my hair slicked back and Coke dealer glasses and a chain, and I got Jordans on, and me and Pete are just we're like here to fuck shit up, and our friends are already there day drinking, like, friendly foes, let's fucking go, and like people who do, it kind of fucking disarms people, the elderly.
Right. Yeah.
The elderly people who are like, this guy doesn't know anything about theory. Why does everybody like him so much? It's like
just hitting a machine.
Fucking Tribe Called Quest is dope as fuck. Suck my dick.
Yeah. So last night, I was wearing backwards cap as I normally do. That's my thing. And I was like on the outer, I was on the bar side on the patio, but like on the side where there's that drop off.
Yeah.
So I saw a bunch of people I haven't seen in a long time because I don't really go down to Lewiston very often. But so I got a lot of hugs, and a few times my hat came off. Well, then I ran into senior Steve Fleck, and he gave me a huge hug and knocked my hat off of the fucking. It went down, and in the dark, and I was like, "Fuck, I got to go down there and find it." So I go up the stairs and I say hi to everyone because you got to go all the way around. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I know. That, like ramp.
I fucking ate shit because you have to go around and plug shit in behind. Like you have to go down and around. And I was running because we were kind of running late, and I was trying to get everything together. And I hit the gravel, and it was straight like fucking Joe Pesci hitting the marbles. Like just slipped out and just like landed on my knee.
Oh man!
And like I saw a table of people that were like, "Whoa!" And I was like, "I'm good. It's fucking. It's good. It's good." And it's one of those adrenaline things. And then the next day, I'm like, "What the fuck happened to my leg?"
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was like some Jerry Lewis fucking.
So you like step in a bucket somehow, and it's
like
falling on your foot now.
Yeah, I step on the rake and it hits my face.
But that's not even the hat story. Is that's not? Oh wow, hey Steve, you went to a bar last night and your hat fell off. Wow, great. Let's.
But it's like a balcony that goes down. Yeah.
No,
okay,
but here's
what
the
happened?
thing. On the way there, all right, I ran into this guy who's he's dating like somebody's mom's friend that I know. So it's like don't really know each other. I think I used to serve him at the Jug, sort of, but like I couldn't tell you his name. He probably couldn't even tell you mine. But when he gets drunk and he talks to me sometimes, and he just happened to be standing at the top of the stairs, right in the way of like where I needed to go find my hat. And he was telling me, he asked me, he's like, "Hey, do you know the car accident, who died or whatever?" I was like, "I don't know what you're talking about." I was like, "I don't know what you
bundle of joy." This
I was like, "But
is.
but he's in law enforcement." So I was like, "I figured if anybody here, you would know, like not me. Why are you asking me? Don't you know? Don't you have friends?" And then he tells me the story of how this old guy drove. This isn't the same story. This isn't like the same accident he's talking about. He just goes into a different story, kind of trauma story. And I'm just standing there, and he's telling me,
and he should have a therapist, but he just has
but he finds me
fucking liquor, and whatever poor bastard gets in his way.
And it's happened to me before with him. I think he's also like an army vet too, but. So there's a lot of stuff that this guy has seen, but he also, he told me a story of this old man who drove the wrong way down the Grand Island Bridge, and he hit a car of 4 brothers and their one cousin, and all of them died. All the boys died. And so he had to like go in their fucking pockets through all the muck and like grab their IDs. And he was telling me all of this stuff, and I was like,
welcome
hey man,
to the comedy show.
Right. No, but I'm like, why me? What just happened? My hat fell off. And now I'm having nightmares thinking about this. And he's explaining it in detail. And I was like, hey man, it takes a special kind of person to do what you do. Thanks for your service. I gotta find my hat. And I just fucking took off. Like, okay.
You gotta be like, dude, you can't just be laying that shit on random people.
No, and now I'm laying it on you guys, so sorry. But
but that's like a total, you gotta have someone to talk to, who isn't just a guy on the way up the stairs at the bar you're at.
Well, for those of you who don't know, my dad is a psychologist, and he's he does pretty well around here because we're all nuts and but no, really, like a lot of people go see him. So in bars, now I don't know who. He doesn't come home and tell me. That's like the number one rule. No, you don't. Like, he's a doctor. He's very professional, okay? But for some reason,
you got the list, and we're gonna read it now. Here's all your shout outs, everybody.
And here is a list of craziest to bad shit.
Here's who's we're going to start in the cheating category. A lot of you are gonna find out a lot of stuff about who you thought you were coming home to.
Right. Guess what he put his dick in this week.
Yeah. It would be great if that wasn't a law, and like that guy could just hear everybody's problems and then like have some sort of strange court case where he just overruled it. Where he's like, all right, first of all, you stop hanging out with you because every time you two get together, it's a whole bunch of bullshit. And it annoys the fuck out of everybody, but nobody will say it to your face. They all come say it to me. So it's like, to be the center guy where everybody's coming to, it's like then you just have like a fucking like address the nation to the whole town. And it's like, you stop flirting with her fucking boyfriend. It's pissing her off, and that's why she's being passive aggressive, you dumb bitch. You know what you're doing.
You know what you do.
Yeah.
No, but I've always been that friend too. Like, for example, this guy feels like he can talk to me, although I was just like, some dude who would happen to be there. But like that, I've always been that friend with people. People talk to me. Maybe some of his psychological things have rubbed off on me in some way. And like, my sister does it too. And, my whole family's in healthcare. So maybe I don't know. I'm an easy guy to talk to. Okay.
Yeah.
But that being said, people know his last name because they go see doctor or barber, and then they are fucked up, of course, people that I know just from in life or being out at a
we're all
bar
fucked up, yeah.
Serving. Yeah, but like they feel like they have to tell me first, like before I might hear about what they shared with my dad for some reason. And I'm like, listen, he doesn't tell me. I don't know. You know what I mean? You don't have to tell me this. Then they go into their own therapy session with me as if just because I have the last name means that I could help them.
Like, you're Sonny Corleone. Hey, we want you to talk to your father.
Yeah, right.
Like they're pitching ideas to you like you're fucking Sonny Corleone.
But I've heard some really weird things from people, and it's just like just because they know that that's my dad, but like I didn't know until that person told me in the very moment that they go see my dad professionally. I'm like, okay, but you can stop there, like, and they're like, well, all right, so then. My mom did this thing, and that's why.
And you're unloading just like 40
like,
years
of
how,
nonsense. Like, how I used to like boof ecstasy up my ass, and I'm like, no, and he's like, well, I went through it with your dad anyway. So like, you know what I mean? I'm like, huh? Like but it's like people like if there's an embarrassing story.
I know if they do it the other way with you though, when they're talking to your dad. They're like, anyway, so me and Stevie are fucking tossing down on some lines the other night. It's like, hey, whoa.
He has heard stories of things that I've done or where I have.
So we're in the hotel with this hooker, right? And we're all just trying to fill some sort of void.
And it's three dudes, and some maid comes in, and they find a poopy condom. But like, so Dad has found out a lot of things through, like, even if I lied about something or where I was the night before, he already fucking knew because
Jesus
17
Christ,
people.
That sucks.
Dude,
it
did suck. Yeah, it was like, but it's not. He what is he gonna do? Stop these people from talking?
Yeah, they have to tell him the truth,
right?
But then he can't. Oh my God, that is weird.
But even so, people use some discretion. If you know that your psychologist's son is involved in some of these wacky ass stories, maybe like don't. I don't think I'm integral to the story, or like I'm really, you know what I mean. I'm not pushing anything forward. Like I'm not. You know
they all start
what
changing their story. Your dad comes home from work. He's like, I don't know who this Stan guy is, but he's out of his mind. Yeah, he's always getting into trouble.
He's got a problem.
Everyone's like, so I was out with Stan at the strip club, and he's screaming into his phone to get his card turned back on.
Yeah, exactly. But like, so
crazy Stan,
heard some embarrassing things, but it's just an odd thing. Like I don't know. It just happens to me.
Yeah,
it's just a thing that happens in my life.
Position for her to be in, and for your brothers and stuff too. I mean, how long has he been doing that?
A long time, man.
Yeah,
very long time.
So it's probably the same
before I was born. Yeah.
Well, therapy was gay in the '90s. Now everybody.
Yeah, everything was gay. In the 90s.
Not everybody was gay back then.
No. But it's just fucking hot. So like that's the thing that happens in my life, and now you guys get to hear about it too. So
yeah, well, that's funny.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like when you run into like an older sibling's friend or your parents' friends, and they tell you embarrassing stories. But this is not the same. You know what I mean? It's like similar in that sense.
This is like supposed to be like your deepest shit, and you're just like, I just want to.
But they're talking to me as if I already know.
Like it's a family business.
They make like. Like a casual remark about some childhood trauma that I'm supposed to be aware of, apparently. And I'm like, Like, you know what I mean? Like, let's start there.
You're like just trying to go take a piss.
Yeah, it happens a lot.
I met a
one guy when my sister worked at our park. Maybe my dad shouldn't have his family photos in the office with him because people recognize
do they?
us.
Wow, they do a little fucking facial recognition.
Yeah, they're like, hey, you were a barber? And I'm like, what did
Yeah.
I do? Who did I do it to? Type of thing. And one time my sister was working at Art Park. She was working the bars, and I was up in line, and some wasted dude, he like cuts in front of people, and he's like, hey, you guys are the barbers? And we're like, yeah. And he's like, your dad is fucking awesome. He's like, I kid you not. He's like, I had a drinking problem. He's like, he is the man. And I was like, wow. Hey, thank you.
Your dad's fucking really phoning it in there.
Yeah, I guess so. He must have been fucking sick that day.
Your dad's just playing Candy Crush. Like, yeah, I know. Your mom did.
Pretending to jot things down on his iPod, or his iPad.
Just doodling fucking bullshit, just drawing Bugs Bunny,
bunch of dicks,
he's just drawing dicks. This guy's like, I just drink because my dad never came to any of my little league games. And your dad's like, well, you just gotta move on, live and let live. Keep that up, If that's working for you, go for it. And the guy's like,
right,
you're right.
If you do
was
like
that
drinking,
shoot up?
more.
Your dad's watching the news of the shooting in the Tops in Buffalo, and he's like,
yeah. He goes back to his notes. He's just all dicks.
Yeah,
he's
it's
like,
just
I
dicks.
can't even pull up.
He's like, the last thing he remembers is just going like, if you feel that strongly about it, you should go do it.
You should. If I always,
he doesn't even know what he told him to go do. Yeah,
when in doubt, do.
Chase your dreams, okay? Reach for the stars and you'll land on a cloud. Yeah, he's reading all this sort of shit.
I mean, that's dark. That's right.
I met a dude. All the time I meet people who know my family. And after the Foes gig at Griffin, I keep calling it fucking Water Street. It's Griffin.
Well, it's always been,
It's been Water Street for fucking decades. At the new Griffin, the street's called Water Street, so I'm just announcing it by location. At the new Griffin, it was like wildly like we've had good gigs, you know what I mean, like all over, but it was like everybody in the place was like fucking really into us. And Pete said he talked to Ed the other day, and he's like, dude, people are still like, bring those guys back. This guy's fucking roll. Yeah, nice. We really fucking
that's good.
Out of the park that day. So the dude's talking to me, and I forgot his first name, but his last name was Alan, and he lived near my family back in the day. I went to school with him. And he's like, the Allen, I forgot his first name, but he's like, tell your dad, your uncles that you met one of the Allen brothers. I'm like, all right, yeah, the Allen brothers. Yeah, he's like, yeah, me, them, and my brother Tim, and your dad. I'm like, your brother's name's Tim Allen? And he's like, yeah. And then he kept going. And I'm like,
I didn't like that.
You didn't know? Do you know who Tim Allen is?
You should have just been like,
Yeah. Is your brother actually Tim Allen? Is that... that was
he's some Hollywood prick anyway.
So yeah, speaking of crying whiny pussies, I'm watching The Wire again, which is fucking incredible.
Really?
Yes, I second time watching it is way better than the first time.
I only watched it once through, and that was like not that long ago. And Kayla and I were
dated.
Like, we didn't understand why everyone thinks it's the greatest show. It wasn't bad. It was.
I watched it the second time. It's fucking. It's good.
You talk to any drunk guy, they're like, "The Wire, hands down, Wire, greatest TV show of all time."
You got to put it in perspective. Same thing as you watch early Sopranos shit. It's very dated, but I kind of like that perspective.
No,
like early 2000s stuff with pagers and old Jay-Z songs and fucking throwback jerseys and stuff like that. Like, but there's a whole thing where there's all these fucking gangs and all these criminals, all this doing shit, and at the end of the season it all comes crashing down, and it shows like the fucking I think they're Polish or something, but it shows the white kid and his dad, and they're talking to each other. They got arrested, and they're crying, and it's this super Emmy, give me a fucking Emmy moment of fucking, well, mom was never around. I should have treated you better when you were a boy. And they were all crying and shit. And every time a black dude gets like 25 years for like throwing a cigarette butt out, he's just like, gotta do it at a time, man. It's hard. It ain't no thing. And I'm just like, dude, white people are bitches. Like, seriously, they're crying about, oh, mom never called on my birthday, and that's why I went into crime. And black dudes are like, I'm trying to make that money. The motherfuckers caught me. And you gotta do the time. It's what happens. Like, they just like the worst shit in the world. They're just taking it, and white kids are just like, you don't listen.
I mean, white people probs is a real thing. It's not,
oh my
you know
God,
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's totally like I I think about that a lot. Like if I go to complain about something, I'm like, nah, I'm good. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm the king of complaining, and
Yeah.
I don't know. It's definitely
Well,
changed.
complaining
Once I
is
heard that term,
funnier.
white people. Well, yeah, but I mean, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, like, not for entertainment purposes. Like, not on the show. I
Yeah.
mean, like,
In
if I'm
life.
bitching about something in life, like in my own house or something, I'm like, wait a minute. You know what I mean? Like, I'm fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
The
You know what I
fuck
mean?
do you put the marshmallows in a grocery store? Not one of them has been
Actually,
consistent.
that is a white person problem. Dude, I hate when they change grocery stores.
I've been to grocery stores all over the planet, and the marshmallows are never like in a consistent area. They're baking or snacks. Who eats them
but
by
what is
themselves?
it? Like, what do you get? Like,
Exactly.
I mean, is there a campfire section? You know what I mean?
Yes, there is. Like in summertime, they
appropriate.
absolutely do that. They have the fucking sticks and the fucking stuff for s'mores. But it's just
Is
like,
that what you were trying to do? Why were
no,
you
I don't know.
searching
I'm
for
just saying in
marshmallows?
general. I was like, what's the dumbest thing I've ever complained about? Which is that you can never find the fucking marshmallows, and you don't know what. You can't even think of where they should be.
Right.
Like, it's not like it's not with the chips. Because it's not. I don't know. Where do you put it? It's
Right.
in the desserts and the baked goods. No, you're just looking at cookies. It's fucked up. All right, decide and pick one. Earth, just pick one. Oh, you're all different.
Oh man.
We went to the fucking one Wegmans the other day that looked like fucking Hogwarts. It's got a fucking big clock tower and shit on it, and it was just like everything was fucking shut down. Like it was. I think it was like might have been on the fucking 4th of July. It was just like that kind of explains it now. Because we walked in and it was like a goddamn ghost town. And everything was like shut down and they like you'd walk up to an aisle and they'd just be like, no, go away. Go. No.
No.
There was a girl standing behind the counter like where the cafe is and there's a TV on. And we had a few things. We're like, can we just pay for this here? She's like, no, this system's down, so you gotta go over there. So I wanted to be like, so what you doing?
Yeah,
You're
right.
just literally standing here in a
Just
Wegman
standing.
shirt
Right.
and a name tag at a computer that's not on and an empty thing where what are you doing? Are you what's up? Do you live
fixing
here?
it? Like,
Are you
yeah,
okay?
like,
Are you waiting for someone?
should I have knocked? You know?
Yeah, it was just bad weird that she was just standing there.
Yeah.
It was like, no, you can't pay for that in this store. You want to buy that? This isn't. I don't know.
That is
I don't know who to talk
that's
to.
a white person hack too. Yeah, I always find like if I'm picking up prescriptions at the fucking drugstore, you
Mhm.
can just like cash out at the fucking the little register they have the
Yep.
prescription. It took me years to figure that out. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? How annoying is it to wait and then you fucking
Or when
have
you're
to
in a
go back
nice
to the other one?
neighborhood and you go to the place and you're like, hey, we're going to buy something. Don't worry. Look, we have stuff, but can I get the bathroom code? They're like, no, the bathrooms are just open. They're like, oh, shit. You ain't America yet. Just wait, motherfucker. Just wait.
So-
you're going to want to lock those things up. Just trust
When
me,
I-
because you're going to have a whole family in there
Yeah,
once your
it's true.
economy follows ours.
When I lived in town in Niagara, there was that A+ on the corner, and I used to go there quite a bit at night. I'd be coming home from the bars or whatever the fuck, and I'd stop there and get whatever. And there was one time, like, I would always ask to use the bathroom, even though I lived down the street. I knew the bathrooms were like always closed, but like there was a few times where I really had to go. Or I'd like come from Youngstown and get all the way to Niagara Falls, and I had to get something at the thing, and I'm like, all right, I might as well just use the bathroom here. Fuck it, even though you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So anyway, but it never like was open because people used to destroy the fucking thing all the time. It was just like a place where you go to destroy the bathroom, either with your ass or just in general, or you shoot up in there or something. So like they had to close for the longest time. Like don't even ask. It's got like a big like fucking almost like caution tape on there. So the one time I came in there and I really had to shit, and it wasn't like I asked the guy, I was like, yo, can I use the bathroom? And he was like, yeah, fuck. He knew me from the dude who always asked to go to the bathroom.
Right.
So he finally was like, yeah, go. Like, they must have changed their policy. And I had to shit so bad that as soon as I took my pants off, like I didn't make it to the toilet, and I shat on the fucking
and he was like, oh, this isn't a shit on the toilet guy. This is a normal guy.
Yeah, and
He's
I've
just
never
gotta
like
drop
been
a
that guy.
deuce.
And I shit on the toilet, and I think I
like
cleaned it up. But how good are you
undercover
gonna clean it
hobo.
up? Yeah. All I did was just wipe it with a bunch of toilet paper. It's not like I fucking sanitized the fucking thing.
That's awful.
So yeah, and who knows if I missed? I was just embarrassed. But yeah,
dude, at fucking Nubworth, the first day, like we're in the concert area, And Lee comes out of the bathroom. There's the girls' area, porta potties, and the men's area. And they got the thing where it's just like there's 4 spots and you stand at it, and it's like waist. It's like not even chest high. So you're just all standing there looking at each other pissing. And it's
That's
funny.
weird.
Yeah, it's very weird. But like she came out and she's like, the porta potties are in great condition. I was like, really? Because mine looked like there was a fucking murder in there. They look like they filmed an entire Tarantino movie in that fucking thing. And it's 2:00 on the first day. There was like fucking throw up and shit everywhere and just fucking drug paraphernalia everywhere. Like a full fucking like plate of fucking chicken wings is in the fucking toilet. I was like, Jesus Christ, they're different. You know, hers is all nice with the makeup and everything, and everyone's all sweet and it smells nice.
For some reason,
like there was a dead guy in mine.
Yeah. Well, it's like weird when there's like an event like that. It's like for some reason, big events attract people with the worst bowels for some reason. You know what I mean?
Well,
like,
I think it's it's concerts and shit because you're eating shit food and you're drinking shit beer. Yeah. You're drinking shit beer.
Dude, draft beer.
Shit.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they're drinking. Whoa, what?
I can't believe I sharted. Saturday.
Wow. Oh my god. We're all as shocked as you are.
I've never sharted before. I'm sorry.
Really?
I can't believe I didn't write it down in my phone.
You just told a story that was a half a second away from
but
a
I didn't. Nothing.
It hit the toilet inside of your pants. Yeah.
That's not a shart.
That's so close though.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't shit my pants. Okay, so here's what went down. Saturday night.
You're talking like you lost your virginity.
After I left, it was very exciting. Trust me, because the context in which this happened was perfect. Instant karma.
I met a guy, and he told me
after I left,
I killed a man in the desert one time.
Yeah, right.
He was just a guy. I killed a hitchhiker, and I fucked his body.
And I just shit myself to get out of that situation.
Oh, sorry, I shit myself. I gotta go.
Gotta go.
That guy was like, "Wow, that kid's fucked up."
Well, he's not wrong. He does have to go. All right, so after we left you, it was a very pleasant experience. We had dinner. We ran into my cousin and his wife, and we had dinner accidentally, like together. Like it was great. And then we saw you guys, and you guys played a great show, and we left. And I had a nice send off from you guys over the mics. Very wonderful night. And Kaylee and I, when we were driving back, it was cool driving back. And then when we got home, we got into a little bit of an argument, and I was being kind of a fucking dick. And we got in an argument. And we had gotten in an argument like the
She's
night
like, you're
before.
shit all over the place.
Right.
No. You're like a little kid who should just paint like how little kids won't admit it. Like,
Right.
No, I did. You're just in the corner.
Just like
by yourself.
Steve, down my
Steve, are you pooing?
Tell the
No. No, I'm not.
No.
No. You're just
I
in the
did not
You
shit.
won't leave the corner. And then when she leaves the room, you're trying to hide your underwear under the couch.
Yeah, just stuff it under the rug.
Kids are terrible criminals. They're fucking retards.
They really are.
They just like
they really
shit
are
themselves, and then like let's just put this in
the
the
whole story about
the
that
couch
too.
cushions was like fucking like throwing a gun into the river back in the day. You thought it was
Yeah,
gone.
right.
You thought it was
Never
like
be
getting
found
rid
again.
of the evidence. You're like, oh man.
And if you had a mom like my mom, she would do weird things like take off the couch cushions and clean them and vacuum them like a normal person.
Yeah, you nosy bitch. That's my stash.
Yeah, it's my stash. So anyway, we had gotten in a fight. She was drunk the one night, and we got in an argument about her being drunk and arguing with a drunk person and how hard is it, like just whatever, we'll figure it out in the morning type of thing. And then Saturday, I drank a bunch of fucking draft beer, which I don't normally do.
Drunk people, I've said it before, like social media, like drunk people are, Twitter and shit is like drunk people. They just think, just the one more thing.
Right.
One
yeah, exactly.
more
yeah.
thing. I'm
yeah.
going to
One
say the thing. I'm going to tweet the thing that's going to wrap this all up and fix the whole thing. And it's just an impossibility. It's never going to happen. Just give up and go to bed and stop trying.
Exactly. Just stop talking. And usually I'm the guy, even if I'm drunk, I'm pretty good at like taking a step back. Or maybe I have some sort of personality disorder where I rise out of my head and I'm like, listen, we're both wasted. Let's not talk about this now. I guarantee you tomorrow we're not going to feel the
similarity
same way.
between us is we both have so much just internal torture that whenever there's anything that's unnecessary bullshit, we're just like, I don't have any time for this.
Yes,
I have so much already
solve this
bad happening inside of myself that like I don't give a fuck. That you guys are creating shit to, it's creating a problem to feel alive, I guess.
So Kaylee and I, after a very wonderful evening out, and I was drinking draft beer, which I never usually do, I fucking We get in an argument when we get home, and I'm being a drunk dick, and she's just like, just being totally normally annoyed because that's what you do. I'm a little more drunk than she was. And so, anyway, we end on a note. We got like these sliding barn doors. There could be very dramatic for fucking arguments purposes, where you're not slamming a door, but you're like closing it. You know what I mean? Like that's our bed. So like
just one
like,
eyeball left over.
Yeah, you're arguing with a drunk person. That didn't happen the other day, huh? I was like, yeah, it's very annoying to argue with a drunk person, and I, dramatically closed the doors, and that was the end of the argument. That was my mic drop. And immediately, as soon as I walked downstairs, like 2 seconds after that, I let out a fart and I shit myself instantly.
I think she might have like some sort of voodoo doll of you.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But like,
just
but like right away, I came to, and I was like, yeah, I was being a dick. I was like, yeah, that was instant. I like instantly like sobered up, and I was like, wow. But here's the funny thing:
you're like, I want to apologize. Things got out of hand. She's like, did you shit your pants? Like, yeah, look, I really need someone right now.
Really put things into perspective. No, but it did, and like I was laughing so hard though, because like that really hasn't happened to me as an adult. It's come close, but I've never actually shit my drawers before. So I text one of my best friends, Mike. I told him the whole thing about the whole setup, and we got in an argument, and then instantly I shit myself after, and she didn't know. I was like, tomorrow this whole thing's gonna be wiped clean, because now, no pun intended, but because like I was like, how? Because she woke up a little still mad at me, and I was like, well, wait, hold on, listen to this. And I told her, and I was like, how could you be mad at me after that? I was like, it's done. Like the whole doesn't matter what we were arguing about. I shit my pants right after I was being an asshole.
Did that woo her back?
It did, actually. It did work. She giggled because it's me.
Yeah.
And so,
because it's like that's the punishment. Because then you got to deal with it after. Like that's enough. The punishment. That's why I'm thinking she had some sort of weird fucking Clarissa the witch. She had some sort of like.
Those are two different shows. Sabrina.
Fuck yeah. Whatever.
Clarissa, the
fucking
teenage bitch.
An okay fucking blonde with a dumb hat who does fucking stupid shit.
Okay, blonde. That's funny. Well, but I text the group chat that I have with my sister and my brothers, and I was like, guys, it happened. I was like, after years of joking about it. Actually, hold on, I'll read the text because it was pretty fucking fun. This is like, because I was having a great time after this happened, and I saved the underwear to show Kaylee the next day. I didn't throw it out until after she saw it. She's like, why would you save this for me? I was like, well, proof. One, for proof, and then two, because it's hilarious. Look at it. So I said, well, folks,
all right, sorry, go.
This is the text I sent to both Mike and my brothers and sister. I said, well, folks, I've joked about it for years with no karma involved, but it happened.
And they were all just like, oh, he's gay.
Yeah, right. And I said, I'm 32. Like, so yeah, it's like
it really is starting to read like Steve's trans that he never got over that Halloween night.
No, he didn't. I found myself.
This is the way it's reading. It's like I finally
exactly.
Who I am,
this is how excited I was to finally like tell people that I sharted. And I said, I'm 32 and I just sharted. Honestly, I'm glad it took me this long, but it happened. It's okay. I'm not in public. Actually, I'm at home, and actually, I was just in an argument with Kaylee at home, and we separated from each other. As soon as we were apart, I decided to let out a little fart. Turns out that wasn't the case at all. She doesn't know I sharted. I plan on telling her tomorrow when we make up.
It's optimistic.
Yeah, and it worked. It did. And then Matt said, my brother Matt, he goes, geez, man, I wish it would have taken me 32 years to have had my first shart. So apparently it's a normal thing. Like, when's the last time you sharted?
Sharts? You had baby sharts that you weren't aware of, but does that count?
I had some wet farts, but never like a laundry stain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I had to throw my underwear
So what we're saying
out.
is it did work. There was a sympathy card there. So what we're saying is all the guys out there have just
but you can only pull that. You can only do that once. It's like using the dead grandma excuse. You can only use it twice to get out of a test or something in school, right?
You have like your great grandma, and then you have like you're Italian, so you probably like every aunt or neighbor was a grandma. But fucking like you gotta have like a pair of shitty underwear like on stock to fucking like to have the sympathy.
Well, now I know about that, but like I wish, because that, I mean, it was such a it's not like what we were talking about wasn't important. I'm not trying to diminish what Kaylee, I'm sorry if you're listening, on what we were talking about. But it was such, in the grand scheme of things, it was not an important enough argument to use the Shart excuse.
Well, and
it just happened.
the drunkenness
you know
just
what I mean?
makes drunk arguing is fun.
Yeah,
it's fun. It's fun. Drunk fighting. It's lame.
The only time I like to
for some
reason
it gets addictive and it just becomes lame. And it could be about the dumbest shit in the world.
Yeah, and it most always is.
Yeah.
You know?
So but the sharding kind of brings you out of it. And
exactly. I immediately rose.
It's the Hulk coming back down to the other guy.
Yeah. What happened?
Yeah.
But yeah, so that really kind of
put things
into
destroyed.
perspective, and I was like, that, yeah. But my pants are destroyed, naked. But yeah, it really, it takes something just as small as a Shart to really, I instantly regretted the argument that we got into because I was being a dick. But when I came downstairs, I
would have instantly regretted a few things.
You know what I mean?
Too, maybe different things.
Well, now, what am I don't know. You got to listen to my bowels, and I ignored them. But here's the thing: draft beer. Now I'm older. I don't drink beer that often. I'm not a beer drinker anymore. But especially draft beer. That just, holy shit! That's what happened. It was a casual. Now, but here's the traumatizing thing. It just
sort of lubricates
now
everything.
I've been afraid to fart.
Oh, no,
I love
yeah.
farting. I've recorded my fart.
Yeah.
It's traumatizing.
Oh,
I
no.
really am afraid that every time,
at
the Derek Truck show last night, I was sitting in the chair and I really had to fart. And there's a way that you can do it to let it pass and then let it out slowly where it's not a funny noise. But every one I try to do is a push to make it a funny noise because I'm a guy and I guess that's what you do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's just a thing. But
I can play trombone too, huh?
Hey, look at me. But it's I think that's a bad thing that men probably don't really talk about. That maybe we should. Maybe I started that discussion where
maybe you
probably
could be
force every
Shart
fart
therapist.
That you have.
Shart therapist. Be
Shart therapy.
Yeah, Shart therapy.
Shock therapy. It's Shart therapy.
Because now people are holding that's not healthy. You can't hold that gas in. You got to let it out. You know what I mean? But people can't because they had this. It's like a cop who has to use his gun and now he's all fucked up. You have to have you sharted. Now you're scared of your own farts. So you have to be therapeutic, which is where you just get together and you help somebody get through,
coach them through it,
feed them lentils.
Okay.
And you just sit in an office and eat lentils, and you just have to let it go and trust that there's nothing behind it. And then
trust the fart.
Trust that
it's
fart. Just the air. Just trust there's nothing behind it. But then you can't get too comfortable. You gotta know. You know what I mean?
Well, my brother-in-law once said one of the most. He chooses his words very carefully. He doesn't when he does say something, it's a fucking gem. But he you know what I mean? He doesn't talk constantly like I do. And occasionally, if you chime in, I might say something funny. He said this great piece of advice was, you can never overtrust a fart. You should never overtrust a fart. And I'm now I know what he means. Now I know what he means. You know what I mean?
They're they're kind of slimy street thugs. They're look, we could be friendly together. You're funny.
Right.
I'll give it to you. You're a funny guy to hang out with.
Mm-hmm.
But, if you want to talk real business, we all have friends that are good guys, that are funny, that are good buddies. But if they're hey, let's go in on this thing together, you're I'm never going to see that fucking money again.
Nope.
You're shady. Yeah, you're just going to destroy my pants and leave me sitting there in my own shit.
Right. You can trust that person to be that person, but you can't trust that person. Does that make sense?
Yes, that makes perfect sense. The smartest goddamn thing you've ever said. It is.
Well, yeah, but seriously. So I got.
We were talking about somebody, and I've said this about almost everybody I know. Is as soon as we're talking about somebody, it was somebody on the fucking TV, a character on the show or something, anything, and we're all why does he do this? Why does he do this? And I'm he's the idiot in the show or in the story, or me. Sometimes I'm the idiot, and it's as soon as you expect him to not be an idiot, you become the idiot.
Yeah,
because that's right. You just have to expect people to be what they are. You turn on this fucking show and you're they're not giving us the weather at all.
No,
the weather is
events,
a fucking mudslide in Steve's pants.
Yeah, mudslide. Yeah. My dad's a bad therapist.
The fucking levee broke. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he's a great therapist. He's got him opening up to
amazing.
Fucking anybody who's got the same name.
Right. No, he's not a bad therapist. He's very well respected. He does very well. But now On the other side, I
He gets
tarnish
glowing
our family
reviews.
name by doing this show. And
He gets
like,
glowing reviews, but that's kind of like you're not supposed to do that.
no,
You know what I
no,
mean?
no,
You're
you're
not supposed to
not.
talk to people about. They're supposed to get. They're not even supposed to
Oh
know.
my God, what's happening to my hair right now? Sorry,
I don't
sorry,
know.
folks. A little vanity moment. After I now I'm worried about what people think of me because my hair is a little messed up after my Shart story. I gotta look the part. I gotta look good, guys. Yeah. So that's what happened to me. I'm sorry. I derailed whatever we were talking about before because I
Nothing
couldn't
really.
believe. I normally write something down that's like
Oh.
that I have, to remember for the show to bring up because I forget things a lot lately. So yeah, but that's why I was excited. So you might want to cut that together because that's a good clip. But
Yeah,
this is
we'll
taking
use
an
the
hour.
Shart as the. No, it's fine. I'll
About.
get the meat out of it. I'll get the
All right,
the real juice out of
the
it.
good stuff. Oh my God, look at it again. What's going on? I can't
I
like
don't
it's
know.
not staying in my fucking headphones.
I
And
dude.
I felt comfortable enough to do this without a hat.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
growing
not
the
wearing
hair
a
out,
hat. It's dark.
going a little
Can't
Stars
really
Born
tell.
thing, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna finish it off once I get it to the
Alright,
final
someone
length.
take another
I'm
look
gonna
at it. As
hang
soon as
myself
Lady
in my
Gaga
garage.
leaves, he fucking Shart. Yeah, he hangs himself and
Yeah.
Shart. He sharted
Shit.
when he
Yeah.
shit. When he hung himself, he shit.
You shit his pants.
They're like, oh no, Bradley Cooper shit his pants on stage again. He's
Yeah.
crashing and he's crashing and burning.
Little. So this is the free one. So, little plug. August 13th. Again, we're gonna talk about this. Milkies, right? You're
Yes.
gonna have a Monty Kingu sort of new
Yeah, I'll
songs, right?
do.
You're playing.
Yeah, I'll play some of my shit. I'll do some looping, some acousticing,
Cool.
and then we're gonna have a little super jam. If anybody was at like Steve's birthday or any of like the Biv Collective type things, or just to throw those guys' names under the bus, fucking, we should just hit up all the musicians we know and
Yep.
just be like, yeah, man, we'll just fucking set up and fucking jam the fuck out and just take the place over for a night. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I'll just ease the night. I'll just start the night by just doing my own shit, but while it's so boring before everybody's drunk, and then we'll start to fucking rage. It'll be great. I don't know what to fucking call it.
August 13th at Milkies on Elmwood, right?
Yes.
Elmwood and Buffalo.
Yeah.
So yeah, come see it, and also pay for our Patreon. So
we're about to do a whole episode. He has other sharding stories. There's other wonderful things. You know what I mean? But it also, helps pay for the show. Storage on the internet ain't free, bitch.
No,
Ask Elon Musk, huh? Us and him, same level.
we totally
We're
are.
just totally we totally get each other.
Yeah,
he sharts.
We looked at that Twitter
his
deal too.
Tesla runs on sharts. That's how they power those things.
Shart power.
It's just his weird South African sharts.
They are weird over there. All right, so yeah, that's what you get for free. Thanks for listening about my asshole for probably, if you've been a long time listener, at least once an episode. I appreciate it. But yeah, hop on over to Patreon. We got more shit.
But that was karma.
Right?
That was Mother Nature being like, you're taking that's fighting the patriarchy. Your bowels are fighting the patriarchy.
Yeah, it's true. That's true. The cosmos was like, no more of this.
You
let the women
this.
win.
Yeah.
You misogynist bastard. And I did deserve it. It was true. So there's some merit to understanding. You were wrong right after an extreme moment like that. At least it wasn't after like I killed her and
humbling.
I was like, what have I done?
Humbling.
You know what I mean?
Humbling.
Yeah, exactly. That's what that song's about.
Oh my God. Well, you know how when someone dies, you avoid your bowels. Yeah, they do. Yeah. You don't. What?
Oh, dude, Siri was listening to our entire conversation. Was just repeating it back to me.
Kill
really
Joe Biden. Is that
dude,
his wife or his
probably
kid
get
or
that
something?
taken off of fucking Twitter or fucking TikTok, dude. They've been censoring our shit. I keep having to put in please,
that Chinese
and then they listen.
company is has a little wacky on censorship. That's crazy, dude. Yeah,
isn't that odd?
That's crazy. Yeah.
No, but I keep having it's like they're like it's weird, either pornographic or weird things, and like so like I don't know. And then I have. Because a computer just reads like the subtitles that we put on there, or I put on there.
And there's
and
just
fucking,
enough curse words that you just said.
Yeah,
fucking.
and then they're like,
there's
nope,
enough
sorry,
curse words. They think it's some sort of fucking.
They'll put the video on, but they won't let the sound go, and then they won't let the subtitles go either. So it's just both of us like.
Yeah, that's really dumb.
So yeah, so I was like, so I
We
have to
should
fucking
dub
have
it
them
with
review it every
Chinese
time.
subtitle. We should dub it with our own subtitles, like a little Japanese movie. Like, you know what I
It
mean?
is funny the words that they think that I'm saying, like whatever bot is doing that,
Yeah.
because I have to go and edit that shit all the time. I have to like, and it does let you pick line by line and shit like that. So
Yeah,
it's
so
kind of
does the
convenient.
Instagram does it, but sometimes
Yeah.
Instagram's like I don't even know what this is. I can't
Yeah.
transcribe when you try to Google sound something out and they're like,
Right.
dude, not even
No
what?
idea.
You're like, fuck, I'm dumb.
All right, you fuckers, you
Okay.
freeloading pieces of shit. Thank you for listening.
Yeah,
Go to
Steve's
Patreon.
gonna shit himself live on the Patreon.
I am. I'm working on it.
If we get enough, we can
Pour
get 10
myself some beer.
Patreon subscribers. Steve will Shart
I
on the show.
shit on the show.
Get in a fight with well, you don't need to get in a fight with her first because I'm sure it'll happen after.
Even if we didn't get in a fight, yeah, it was just a draft beer. I think I wasn't like that upset by it. You know what I mean? So, but I'm happy that I can share it with you guys. So thank you.
Draft is a word that gets used for a lot of different shit that has nothing to do with each other. There's draft beer. There's the NFL draft. There's a draft coming through the room.
Right.
What is the link between all of those? The first draft of something you wrote.
In the Army. Yeah.
What do all those have to do with each other?
I don't know. That's why it's got to be so hard to learn our fucking
drafted
stupid-ass language.
an Army and then drafted by like the NFL are the only two I can, or you get
similar.
picked by someone and
right.
we better not
specific
see you
job
kissing your fucking boyfriend or everyone's gonna flip out. It's the only two things.
And the NFL, yeah.
And we're just like burning fucking just like jets flying over for no reason. Yeah, if somebody just didn't know it was the Super Bowl, they'd be like, "Oh my god."
Yeah, there's all these explosions. And jets flying
oh my
over.
god. Shania Twain is headlining the fucking war.
That's so funny. Dude.
Yeah. Were you there? We ended the fucking set with Marina with fucking people went ape shit. And for like the next 3 days, it was just like like it gets that is an earworm.
I don't care who you are.
Was.
You could be like the gnarliest manly truck driver, and like you hear that part that and then you just can't help but go, "Let's go, girls." You know what I mean? Any dude, it doesn't matter who you are.
I heard
like a neo-Nazi fucking. You know what I mean? It
yeah.
doesn't matter. Everyone's like, "Let's go, girls."
Fucking that's Ethan Suplee in American History X is driving the van listening to that.
Yeah.
Instead of the white man marches on. The best part about being a woman is to have a little fun.
Whoa!
Fucking yeah. Well, I remember watching like the American Music Awards or some shit. She was winning like a Lifetime Achievement Award, and she was doing that song, and it showed the crowd. And Post Malone's there in like a fucking bedazzled like cowboy suit. So it must be like the Country Music Awards, and he's got like fucking lean addict tattooed on his forehead and like a pussy tattooed right here.
Right.
And he's just covered in shit, and he's drunk as fuck with a can of Bud Light, just like whoa, you're just like damn. Yeah, Lil Wayne and Kid Rock just like morphed into the ooze from Ninja Turtles and created that guy.
He's been playing with a lot of country artists lately, man. He's just doing what he.
Yeah,
he's
I think
Mayer
there's
the shit,
seriously like there's like a level that the rappers will let you get to.
Yeah, you can only be so white and get so
yeah,
far
I know.
rap.
Like, yo, we let
That's
Eminem
why Machine Gun Kelly had to switch to pop
punk. Yeah, he's got to be like a Sum 41 guy now. But fucking, it's like letting like dudes into a club. It's like, hey man, we already got Eminem in here. You gotta wait till he leaves before we let another one in. You can't just have a bunch of white dudes running around in here.
It's getting crazier.
Gotta keep a vibe
like maybe
going.
if you started tattooing your face, and then every rapper now,
just slowly start turning it black. Just like one fucking bar.
That's the new blackface without it being black.
Yeah, just like one at a time. They just do one little fucking thing here or there, and then eventually their whole face is black. They're like, I don't know, I'm just like a tattoo guy. I didn't mean to.
Like tattoos. I just ran out of fucking area, so I went on my face. It's like opposite Michael Jackson thing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. He slowly got whiter. They're slowly getting blacker. And, it's all a circle, right? Pop music, it's all the same thing. So, if you're a white aspiring rapper, better get some tattoos on your face because you're not going anywhere. Seriously, you have to do that. It's a prerequisite.
Yeah.
So, all right, fuck you guys. Thank you.
Yeah.